and it's Monte NAVI. They're going to settle it in the server, the old-fashioned way. Well, not so old-fashioned. Let's get into it, though. Pistol start and a defensive one for Monte. NAVI taking to that attacking side.
Yeah, pistols at noon is pretty old school, if you ask me. Boros and Electronic with the opening exchanges.
Hello.
Krasnov keeps on fighting.
More there. Like, he has help. And they're dropping in. Look at this position. From Electronic. Doesn't matter when Krasnow's aware. And through jail. Last two players from NAVI. It's Perfecto and NPL trying to get that bomb down, and they get nothing for it. Just the one casualty. Monte, a flying start.
Yeah, really could have used that plant there. So worried about the body swarming them, not even punching the digits in. So a great way to kick things off for Monte here on what you would consider their home map. But Pimp made a very good point. NAVI are yet to lose on this. They're undefeated, right? 4 of the maps played since it's come out officially. They've won them all, and they've all been very, very close. It's like that I've actually had the pleasure of casting a couple of the NAVI games on ANUBIS, and that's the point I point out every single time, is they're always close, right?
Yes.
But 100% win record, you can't argue with that.
But not enough to daunt Monte from the pick.
Yeah, even though they've lost their last 2 on LAN. The last time they won it was actually an online matchup against Eyeballers, I believe. So.
Which they played in the middle of this tournament, I think.
Yeah. Which everybody raised a few eyebrows about.
Can we double check as well? We'll get that grand total of like the maps played. Monte have been like grinding an absurd. I saw 100 and something.
Or the last 3 months?
Let's do 3 months, because I swear that it's absurd. I saw the graph. I think HLTV did a graph in terms of the amount of officials played.
140
and Monte,
in the last 3 months.
140 officials.
180!
Yeah, well, this actually looks a little exciting for a moment. Perfecto gets down SDY. And Krasnow needs another. Can't quite finish it. It's Bit. He's still kicking, but the bomb now loose. Warro puts Simple down.
That's a terrible
Hey, there's the head-to-head.
Isn't it?
First one for him. In Warro v Simple. Revenge from Perfecto. Demka to clutch. And the bomb right in his grasp. How does Bit possibly win this? It has to be that perfect headshot, body shot, double dink perhaps. Otherwise, with 14 HP, Bit is already... I mean, he did so much, right?
The time's doing the work here. You can see this considering the flank, unawares as to where Bit has gotten off to.
Oh, yeah. Just by cutting noise. Now he's on the move. Demka on the repeat doesn't know. He's crossed the jail. Bit's playing this very well. That's the headshot. God, he got close, you know.
How did he get a headshot out of that?
Not so
like he
sure.
flicked past the shot right there. All right, they recover. That was a difficult round there over towards the B side of the map. The explosion in the Tech-9s were good. Without the plant, still making a round of this one here. So good damage from Perfecto and Bit combined, but Demka with a nice little clutch to confirm this. And here's the shot. Yeah. Oh, what is that? What the hell was that? All right, well, that's a good way to start the day. Yeah, well, maybe we can bring up the Blade Akuma storyline at some point.
Well, not round 2. Come on now.
I know he's got some thoughts about Demka's old team.
Oh, my.
I think he said 100%.
100? You never go.
100%.
Only the Sith speak in absolutes, Chadney.
Well,
and Blade.
Blade might be one of those.
Honestly.
But look at the close nature of round number 2. It has drawn NAVI into yet another buy. This time a Galil on Bit.
Is this the kind of buy you go for when you think you're better than your opponent?
Yeah, and you want to break them because you know their finances are still very brittle here. Run flash for Bit, going to set up Perfecto's push and the B pressure once more.
This is scary. They have got 3 here and even a 4th on his way. Boros, a name we expect to say a lot of. Highest rated player. Felled off the 1 is Perfecto, the combined at NPL. 2 charging through. And the site is theirs. Demka and Warro, they are really humbled into this one. Should be no way back in.
Having a little bit of a look here. Let's see if Demka can grab another one of those specials. Yeah, it has been called off to save these 2 M4s, and it's quite clear NAVI think this B bomb site can be a bit of a weakness. 2 rounds consecutive. They explode on in through the underpass dark tunnel, and, well, B main, and make light work of the defense.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they probably just tightened up the previous call because it was, I mean, it played out pretty nicely. Bit gets 2 on the way in, and it's something clearly they can replicate. I mean, NPL this time with his Tech-9, and there is some weapons to be retrieved. You can see those M4s litter the battlefield, and they're going to be actually unable to find it before the bomb explodes. You haven't got the health for that. You can see they've had a conversation and called it too late.
Get out of here. Skedaddle.
They keep their armor? Bam. Whoa, 1 HP calculated from Bit. Okay, well, there's NAVI's first, and it is just that war of attrition. 2 force buys back to back. This is NPL's second as well. You can see Perfecto and him combining beautifully.
Yeah, they didn't manage to get back that M4. I saw them scampering towards the side to see if they could find it. That thing could have been blown to Timbuktu. But you haven't heard that one in a while. Shout out to everyone born in the 80s. Actually, probably before that.
Timbuktu.
Yeah, probably more like my parents' generation. think they were born in the 60s. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
When were your parents born? Let us know. Tweet us at
Yeah.
MachineGG at SpunJ.
Yeah, that's not the poll. The poll is about SDY and MPL, and we've also got that little storyline. SDY's revenge. A possibility here today as we do settle into, well, I don't even want to call it the first gun round, but it's a round with an awful lot of rifles.
Yeah, it's a round with guns.
Still in the tug of war of the early game, and, well, Boros has taken an awful lot of space over towards B here, so you can have a head-to-head between the two young guns. Boros, he is one of these baby-face killers, and he loves the aggression. He's sharp, stubborn with the fights.
Super interesting. This is actually my first opportunity to see Boros in the server from the commentary desk. And Demka, a nice find onto Simple.
So we saw FaZe doing a lot of yesterday, the way that they would contest middle with multiple bodies. Oh, Electronic with the barrel spotted, knows he's stuck doors, wants to spam away. He's going to have to try and call his team forward here.
This is control more than anything else, and yeah, repels that Deagle investigating. Krasnal sent back towards B side, and it's the right call considering. It's the right call. He's supposed to be hanging with the rotates there, Electronic, but he hasn't found anything lethal. It's NPL actually onto Demka first.
Well, they could drop back.
They might.
If they're quick.
That was the A-hole.
Right now.
That was the A-hole. Then Electronic has the rotations as well through mid.
It doesn't matter.
All the fights coming their way. SDY does claw one back, but it seems like it's all for naught. You're not going to go for A-site defense with these limited resources and health pools. So, and you could immediately, Chad, I need to start picking your brain, because you could see a very clear game plan from NAVI. By having Electronic mid, and then knocking on B and holding to that A push, you can kind of simultaneously, like your immediate reaction is they can go anywhere as soon as you saw Electronic's position.
Yeah, so not only controlling that mid rotation, which we know is the fastest point between both sides, but keeping so many bodies busy, which could isolate and actually force that push. The most important kill of that round was MPL's frag, because it opened up the map. At that point, it's not, because Demka's going, hey, it's going to be B, it's going to be B, A's clearly clear. No, hold up, I'm dead. Now they can go anywhere, and meanwhile, Electronic still being a nuisance. So even if they wanted to try and rotate back and fill that gap, they had some issues.
And they struck in perfect unison, you know, like as that push comes out and MPL gets that frag, you get another, Waro, obviously, knee-jerk reaction to contact, starts maneuvering, Electronic punishes, and Perfecto strikes into Dark, like 3 frags in the same amount of seconds, and just like that, you're tied up. It's 2-2, and I think with 2 saved FAMAS, we're going to be seeing potential third for NAVI.
Yeah, this should be the conservative approach from Monte. Just use these saved guns, see if you can do a boost or maybe a little tricky play with them. Otherwise, don't invest. Know that you get the 2,400 loss bonus into the next round of play and get yourself out a gun round. But Waro will be miles away from an AWP being available here, and we'll have to see how Simple trends in that same regard. Dark smoke and just an early exchange here as both teams vying for their map control. Nothing crazy out the gates, no direct pops. Pretty tepid, just feeling each other out. The A site, as we can see on the radar, top left of your screen, extremely open right now. This flash at the ready to set up SDY for a pick in middle with the FAMAS. So there you go. You see what we're talking about in terms of using these weapons and trying to set them up. If SDY is able to call mid clear, sure, it's not even really going to matter. Perfecto still puffing up his chest towards Dark, and the rest of NAVI are going to start waltzing in towards A with a little bit of util to make their life easier and bit. For a couple of headies. It's Perfecto to take first contact.
That's a great one. SDY, from that mid window, does connect onto Perfecto, and he could get more, you know. Yeah, well handled onto Simple, but bomb is down. Best case? What's the best case scenario now? You've already got that bomb down and ticking. You're not going for a retake. You've taken 2 frags. I guess there's some rifles you could try and find.
Grab an AK. That'd be nice. Yes,
you could try.
Demka, who's trying to make his way through Dark, but MPL, as he glances over, he might be able to deny this. Demka has grabbed it and needs to disappear. Quick, smart, and he is away. So realistically, a pretty good round. I would say them having the FAMI carried through to the next sucks. It's still serviceable, but we all know we've all used it in our pugs, in our matchmaking games, and everyone is left with a bit of a distaste in their mouth with that weapon. So hopefully that doesn't come back to bite the likes of SDY and Waro into the next round. But NAVI have taken the lead.
We get to see probably the closest thing to a full gun round here. Is
they did. NAVI have taken the lead.
We get to see probably the closest thing to a full gun round here. Is
they did get out the Warrior Orb. Okay, so saving those guns. Yeah, saving the guns. They were able to prioritize it here. So Warrior needing to look to find some impact here. Simple with it on the other side, and maybe we can get a head-to-head between the two. I just feel if you're going to give Simple, the GOAT, any extra motivation, you might be staring down the bottom of a 30 bomb as Boros. Look at this aggression.
That's a suspicious smoke. Yeah, you can peek underneath it for dark, but he's actually using it forward. Obviously vulnerable to that mid window, but he's taking a chance here.
It's a push as well.
Uh-oh. Boros booked. Nice catch, and yeah, just caught out by this mid push from Electronic, and SDY has to concede it.
Yeah,
you have no hope.
Welcome, huh?
No hope. Oh, God. Already they're in trouble. DemQ calls like a main clear, but still, he's got to call for a full rotate through beach.
5 Na'Vi players in middle.
Yeah, this is cool.
5.
This is interesting. And SDY gets a face full of it. Oh, just like that, they completely collapse.
Mauled. Simple might catch him on a timing here. Oh, okay. Krasnal got the better of him right there. If he can get that open, get out. That'd be a tidy save. Scoops up the big green and finds another. They're going to feed him more, I hope not. Electronic and Perfecto just need to tighten this one up as Krasnal looks to save. And after the elimination of 9, one of the few remaining poles here, I see Pasha hasn't turned around. He's still going to come.
I love that. Of course, we got Diha, we got Ralin.
No, we don't have Diha.
Oh, we had Diha. Sorry. You hadn't processed that one.
Bit of a sore
Ralin, he's still fragging.
They play Ents this evening into the breach. No, they play Liquid this evening. Sorry. Yep, Ents on the brain.
Yeah, now I'm intrigued about that one. We get the
Shui
privilege of casting that one. Shui, of course,
up against
from
Apex.
the GL boys.
One of those two teams are going to be into the playoffs, which is crazy. That's the biggest underdog name, one of the two, to make it all the way to the top 8 here. And we're still seeing if we can have recovery from some of the bigger names. FaZe, if you are not focusing on that match right now, Blast.tv, you can check out the A and the B streams. Anders and Jason are bringing you the third map of that affair, and it has definitely started to heat up, especially with Mirage. There you go. You can see that action on your screen. Check it out in 4K, all that good stuff. But we need to focus here on this little tussle.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see SDY ply his trade with that shotgun he's chosen to pull out here, round 7. Perfecto tasked with a crawl towards dark. It's Bit maintaining main.
Good chip damage onto Simple, right? Fortunately, he has the AWP, but that HE blows him below half.
Stubborn as Demko. He really does want to maintain this A main. And Bit to take it from him despite the flash. Mismanaged. And a weapon upgrade for Demka. That maintained AWP out of Simple's corpse as well in play. Warrow's over towards A, as it does look like Navi are setting their sights on the second letter of the alphabet. And Boros to receive them. Nade does look good. Ah, that's chipped away nicely.
Yeah, M4 is going to have an easy time now.
Still only 2 here, though. Krasnal and Boros.
Another one.
Another nade, just shy. Could have been a whole lot better, but 30 bullets in the magazine. Boros is prime, and he's ready for this final commitment. First contact, they're waiting for it. Maybe waiting for that main smoke to fade. MPL to be that bomb delivery from main side, but 3 through dark is telegraphed. It's apparent. You got 3 CTs to receive. Vision clear. Frag. Oh, go on, one more on the alligator. And yeah, down goes Simple. That is a big round to win. Some weapon upgrades and 4 alive as Monte keep it just a 1-round game.
And the cash from the shotgun as well, so SDY. You think, okay, close mid, you can understand it. If Electronic keeps coming for this map control, sure, but even gets a chance to get in position over towards the B side of the map. And this is some big old shots on that auto shotty.
Just those jaws come a-snapping. And that first shot was quick as well. Well played by SDY. He got the best use out of that shotgun possible.
I know a lot of people thought that maybe SDY could have stayed in this Navi roster as well here. So I think he might be trying to make a case for exactly that. Having to do the in-game leader duties for the team. No LMBT here as well. The coach unable to make it to the event. Looking at more
let me check in on Util.
They're actually, doing a great job just with the softening up.
And that's, before, okay, I'll wait till the end of the round. Simple.
He might have this.
He should, and does take down SDY. Committing, perhaps. That molly implies as such, especially with Bit 1, but here comes Krasnal. He's still on the site. As is Boros. Electronic the one.
Ooh.
A well-tamed spray from Krasnal for his second. Make it 3. He's locking down B. It's only simple. And a 4th for Krasnal. He ties the boys up. That's 4-4. And Krasnal taking the quad all the way up to 10 frags.
And that's a massive 4K right there. That's just broken the finances of NAVI, who will have to take a bit of an eco right here. So massive work stalling them out. No way in towards that site. Perfecto with something to say off the back of that round. So he blocks Dark. He knows he just has to focus his attention, and this is great shooting. You can see just how procedurally he is looking for all of these fights around the pillars.
Wow.
And great work from him. And they're getting real loud about things early. Waro onto Simple. We'll grab another one for him. Quickly into Electronic as well. The 2 biggest hitters for NAVI dead. If there was any hope for a little round like this, it's already done.
It's good to get Waro just feeling the shots, you know, hitting a couple, getting that AWP warmed up. It actually looks like they're coming for some more. He's got some help. SDY helps put it in, and it does look like a near-perfect round. No damage, no worries. Monte take the lead.
And Boros hasn't had to get activated just yet, right? So the fact that you have Krasnal and SDY with 10 apiece leading the server here has forced a timeout from Blade and Co. So putting their heads together here with the cash money they've got. It will be 5 AKs, but it just in terms of the approach. They want to go for another default. Does Blade want this to be a bit more direct? Is there a pressure point that he wants them to try and find? Because he's looking for, right, how have they been approaching the map on the CT side? Is it same as normal? Have they made changes since the 2 maps that they've lost here throughout Blast on Anubis?
Early days, but I did my util damage calculations, and about approximately the 3 frags worth of utility damage, so 300 plus. Not bad for a start on your CT side. Going to be making those fights a little easier. You can see it there on your screens. Nice work from the boys. And Perfecto, the only man who's managed to find anything going on that T side.
Yeah, as we know, can be a little bit more difficult on that T side unless you're doing those nade stacks or you have a particular molly to lock in a player. CTs is where they can find that softening up, and they're still doing a great job with that. So Demka trying another little nade for exactly that purpose. Nobody up towards the rugs, as it is quite prevalent here that they want to target this A site. Now, this is something that I believe Vitality did to Monte. They pressured this A site a lot. Sometimes there was only 1 player there. Sometimes the site was completely open. As you can see here that they're playing a 2-2-1 spread. So Demka will need the support of his team shortly. Bit has baskets control. STY is actually rotating over towards B. And Demka has just evacuated the site to back up middle here. So this is exactly the same situation as Vitality. Sometimes they were just able to outmaneuver their opponents, as Waro will take down the in-game leader on the lurk.
And I think you can see his motor mouth was moving. I think they just cleared B long as well.
It's a fake. Oh, is it? No, they're taking the bomb back now.
They're coming into A, and they're going to play retake with the man advantage. What are NAVI supposed to do? Only MPL with a smoke and a flash. He has to place them well.
Yeah, get it down.
That's the util dump. Should cover off Akon.
Oh, he's missed that one.
That's a weird smoke.
That's actually a good entry into the side here for Monte.
They can use it to slip past this bit angle. So many. A 5-man retake. You don't get these every day. And it's already headshots galore. Lovely onto Boros. It's bit with a double as well through Akon. And nearly perfect is SDY. Just the one blemish on that NAVI record for the A take. And that's going to fill them with some confidence.
Any evidence that that A site is so difficult to retake as the CTs, especially without a flank? If nobody's coming from behind, you've only got the connector and the heaven position to try and retake through. And when you've got aim stars like NAVI have, Bit and Perfecto just chiming in with some headies right there, you're not going to have an easy time at all. Now, that conditioning, what does it change, right? Monte know that that's a weakness for them, that leaving that A site, it is going to be a lot harder for them to get into those type of rounds. So what do? Well, they start 2-2-1 again. So stubborn in their approach. Oro taking down Electronic. The fight will come their way.
Wow, that is one way to get an offensive defense into action.
That just happened so quick.
So, yeah, Electronic dies mid. Wara goes aggressive. Simple as well, cut down to side by that dark push. It was Boros that succeeded there, and there's more trouble for NAVI. A very convincing round out of Monte. I say that as Bit's still alive, and, well, he's operating with only 25 points of health thanks to Krasnal.
Yeah, for now, right? So, as they push down A, he should be dead. Oh, Bit.
Okay, that is a stunning shot, and the smoke might force Waro into a weird hunt. He doesn't need to Molly stairs, Waro can go for it. That's brave.
If he had the molly down a moment earlier, he could have actually looked for that fight up towards the mid window and had a chance there. So at least some damage for a bit, but a really good round off that offensive maneuver from Monte. And looked for that fight up towards the mid window and had a chance there. So at least some damage for a bit, but a really good round off that offensive maneuver from Monte. And if you're not going to smoke dark, your AWPer has to hit the shot. And when I say your AWPer, simple. Simple has to hit that shot, right? If you're not going to be smoking that position and you're just going to try and run on past the CTs, we'll be happy to take that fight, especially with some coordinated flashes or other utility, as Navi will be humbled here. Oh, just a little love tap to Waro leaving spawn. Right click, not a left, so all good. As back towards A, back towards Demka. And
again,
Electronic is hemorrhaging in middle.
Yeah, no, right now mid is not his fight. That isn't working out for Bit either. Leaping through the smoke thrown out by Demka, and he nearly gets two. Perfecto with 2 points of health, and yeah, he is going to lose his teammates in the process. Aggression, nade, shrapnel finishes the job onto Perfecto. And one man and his Deagle up against 5. The first is stunning, but it's only the first, and the second is starting to get a little bit out of hand. Aggression from SD White to remedy the situation, make it 7. And this is CT side Anubis, Chad. Is this something you could already start to celebrate?
It's a good CT side.
It's a good CT side.
It's a good CT side. Anything more is going to be cream right now. They'll be very happy with this. And I love this play from SDY, just in terms of the details here. You know, you don't want to be scared of simple, because this is what happens when you're against a Simple or a Zywoo. People lock up, they're afraid, they don't want to peek. You give them a lot of room, you allow them to choose their fights. SDY, nah, I played with this guy. I sat next to him, he yelled at me for months.
Would you use the Zywoo clutch as an example?
Yeah. Well,
he might have just taken that by force.
Yeah, there's always a bit of Zywoo luck in those. He loves this. The stubbornness for these fights, but it's a factor, right? It's definitely a factor to get stuck in. And
B worked for Navi. 2 of those rounds nearly, one of them translating.
Flash.
Oh, ahead of it. Krasnal goes looking, but they are looking into the flashbang. It works out. 2 for 1. And they take down Simple and NPL. I wonder if that was deliberate.
Yeah, worth the bait, right? If it means that Krasnal is going to go down and you get 2 back, sure.
Hold on, Waro.
Hard clear this.
This is hard. Okay. He has to be so quick on this flick. And Navi will take the pace out of it. Cutting noise, hoping Waro oversteps the line. You can see that's a headshot angle held by Bit. If Waro is
I'm curious where Perfecto goes here. Does he go stairs or does he go rugs? Because if he comes down the stairs, Bit will need to clear this.
Yeah, sure. But he's going towards Waro's scope. And he gets the frag. No trade.
Yeah, they must have known that was possible.
But they don't have the bomb. Like, you can have B right now. It needs to be picked up. Bit has to go alone.
Oh, and they're not pushing A, so they're actually slinking back. But look at this regress.
This window is huge, and the whole squad's coming.
Electronic hasn't drawn anything.
Oh, Bit. Dead. Bomb. Lost. And yeah, Waro's frag. And that gap from NAVI, hoping Perfecto managed to just get that bomb across. It was a bit of a kind of a idealist expectation of him.
He's heard. He's dead. Okay. Well, I'd be getting real hyped if I was a Monte fan right now. This is looking great. They're not afraid of fights. They're consistently staying active on the CT side. They've won 6 of the last 7 rounds. This little maneuver right here, setting Boros up for 2. Krasnal to the blood altar with his offering.
Let's go. 6 shots.
And humbled Navi yet again. And you're right, they did win a couple of rounds over towards B, but that's when the economy was light on. That's when there was no AWP in play. And actually, Warrior's got a rifle. They're not needing to operate with the big green here.
Does that imply something else is coming? You certainly could have afforded it. But maybe it's just a consideration of these Navi weaponry. You don't want to be caught out by anything quick and Tech 90, but as we can see, it's Deagles across the board.
Yeah, Boros won't be very happy with that, considering how tidy his aim traditionally is. So maybe a little bit of frustration not connecting the dots onto Bit right there. But it's very stubborn how they use their sharpest tool.
Right.
Go dark and fight. You know, you don't need to give him too many options about playing out clutches or mid-rounds. Just headshot.
Yeah, and I bet for Boros, that's such a luxury. He's like, wait, you want me to go do the thing I enjoy the most? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. None of this closing rounds. I'm going to open them. NPL spotted out.
He's so dead.
Yeah. I mean, what's he supposed to do? What is he supposed to do? Boros is unleashed. Combines with Krasnal for an opening and in pursuit of 9. This is looking divine for Monte's start. And on their pick, no less, though NAVI do have a 100% success rate on ANUBIS so far. Boro gonna build upon another. Next that rifle. Ooh, gets 2 for the trouble. 9 up, one final round of play ahead of us, and they are within touching distance of 10 on this defense. It's really going to set them up nicely for a T side on their pick.
Yeah, and good management of the finances there. Monte have so much cash because of this string of rounds that you can just drop away that M4 and bring in an all for Warrior here. But we do have that B stream underway here, and it looks like FaZe, I don't want to speak too soon, but have recovered. They lost on Overpass, their map choice 16-3. And then it was a real tussle on Mirage. They had to fight tooth, and now they're on their home turf, I would say, of Inferno. Well, let's see. Can NAVI salvage anything before we go into that halftime break?
It's been quite a few rounds in between drinks.
SDY again. It's just been this consistent jarring presence in mid and dark, right? They're really taking advantage of these pushes, and with nade in the hand, Perfecto Stark gonna burn until he goes down.
Yeah, lovely. Still level. But this run around from Monte, missed shot from Waro, won't make the same mistake again, and look how quickly it falls apart for NAVI. Simple, helpless, knife out. Admittedly with the bomb on his back, but there's 3 here as he rounds these corners. As he looks for these jewels, he would have to play it to perfection. Not a single misstep. And an AWP, his first jewel. Yeah, Waro collects. That is quite the half. Monte can be proud of that one. 10-5 as we swap sides. Can Monte throw the final blow on their T side here in map 1? It's time for the second half of ANUBIS, our first in this head-to-head. A little bit of a rivalry between these guys. It's NAVI and Monte. And interestingly enough, this is the lowest round count NAVI have posted on their T side of ANUBIS. Though it remains an undefeated map for them. Chad has already highlighted just how competitive these games have been. They're all full 30 or more, or at least close to it. And so NAVI, they haven't necessarily come into this half with as little as 5 before.
No, and the way that a lot of the rounds they lost...
More, or at least close to it. And so NAVI, they haven't necessarily come into this half with as little as 5 before.
No, and the way that a lot of the rounds they lost, they were over in the blink of an eye. Like 3 people just died. Maybe they get 1 trade back, but they're in big number disadvantages. And I think as we are keeping track of the beef, I think Waro has the better of Simple so far, but fast, real fast. And Boros, of course, he's the point man here, but can't find the opener.
That's a big frag from NPL to post. NAVI will be very happy with that one, especially if they can build upon it. Simple from the temple. Levels out the head-to-head. Fake plant, hoping they've charged through the smoke. And in the meantime, yeah, that's DemQ on that P250. Long range, not comfortable, but that P250 can work its magic. Still a man advantage for NAVI. 3 crawling out of dark, and they will clear out SDY. It's all MPL. Lovely work from the newest NAVI name. Sure, you can hit some shots through the smoke. They're using human shields now on that defuse. A 10-second one, all from NPL. He charges through the smoke, and his electronic keeps a lid on it. And so NAVI will take the first.
MPL with 3 kills and a defuse. This is audacious, but if you wanted to drop Simple in AWP right now, we could. I doubt to see things unfolding like that. He has bought into head armor, so cancel that. But he could have.
Technically, theoretically.
Yeah, but a couple of nice ones there from the young gun. Very, very green is MPL, his first major. It's the newest addition to the roster.
Don't know why that surprised me so much.
All right. You had the whole 6-man situation towards the tail end of last year with SDY, right. And then they kicked off this year just going, well, we'll stick with MPL. And, well, SDY, he has found himself on a roster that he's had to work hard. We spoke about all the officials they've been playing.
Yeah, got the stickers, got the top 16, and now 1 best of 3 away from the top 8, from the champion stage. I mean, this is already a story in itself, Monte. How far can they continue to push the limits and subvert our expectations?
You see how good the second round purchase for Monte looks after the plant. A bunch of Galils and AK. Shotemka taking some sacrifices for his team here, but so much presence in middle, and both teams just exchanging smokes. Electronic, Boros is in the window, and Warro's found him. It's all on Simple. Has to stall this out on his own.
Big frag, and an AK-47 for the GOAT, backing away. Safe and sound, and keeps things level. NAVI wanting to get this conversion, humble Monte and close this gap. It's an important pistol conversion now.
Well, they're fighting dark. It looks like they want to go for dark space here because they've lost middle. So, you know, we're starting to get this game, this puzzle. It's the same way CT solve other maps. I thought they were going to go a little bit more aggressive here, but I suppose the MP9 of Perfecto doesn't allow him to go for that type of a fight. 2-2 split right here. Simple and Bit to try and lock things down. You can see they are worried about middle.
Yeah, that was my question, is how are they addressing it? Warroad, though, he's going for a bit of an audacious push. NPL the same, up canals, they can.
So many angles he's worried about here.
Yeah, understandably so, but are they considering this?
Oh.
What a shot out of NPL, another big high-impact frag.
We're around the world.
Yeah, but look at how much of an element of surprise.
Oh, he does.
Wait, what? Simple's aware. Oh, and wrecks him. Lovely work from Navi's defense. You thought there was an element of surprise in that, but not for Simple. Not a fraction of a raised eyebrow. He knew what was up and handles it nicely. They'll be happy with that one, taking it and forcing Monte down into the eco. So we're looking at potentially just 2 rounds. Most likely 2 rounds, in the way in which that started was, of course, an opening. It was Simple that took control of it. Finding Boros on that re-aggress, that pop out of the doorway. Thought the element of surprise would catch him, but we thought that a couple of times. Simple, very aware, I guess, Navi, of comms. It's also an indication that their comms are clean in terms of what gaps are available, what do I need to consider. Oh, it's just his straight-up awareness.
Okay, well, Boros, you have a Khalil here. They've entrusted this into you, and you have to get something done. The spam at range and nothing. That investment all for naught. And mid has been, well, obviously it's a key component of a map like Anubis, but in terms of the heads-up and dry fights that we've been seeing from both teams, they really want to stand and bang right here, so trying to put their individuals on display, but with the weapon disparity, of course, Navi are going to make mincemeat of this. And Electronic in the first half, he was giving up death after death, so it must feel nice for him to get a little bit of revenge in the second half of play. Look at the bodies just littering top mid.
Probably need to chuck out those berries as well. Probably not good to be selling them bloodstained.
No, it looks like a scene from Attack on Titan top mid there, doesn't it?
It does. And Electronics, the Titan, looking to rip one final innocent T away. There it is. Okay, SDY goes down. And Navi get that full 3-0 start. Dreamy. Just a 2-round game now, but I will remind you, 10-5 half. Monte, after all of that, still have the lead.
Oh, dear.
Oh, it is going one way. And one way only. After Overpass, after the Mirage game, seems that perhaps BNE are feeling a little broken.
You're getting the bad news.
Yes, yes, indeed.
30,000 feet where the Eagles soar. Can Eagles go that high?
I don't know. Yeah, no, probably.
Eagles are pretty cool.
I'll check on the internet.
How fly can they? How high?
Flight height.
Of Eagles.
Yeah.
Aggressive.
10,000 feet is, of course, what I would be saying.
Yes, exactly. That's what I meant. This A aggression here with 2. They will find the window, but the attack will be over towards B. So MPL and Perfecto. Now we brought this up. They might be tested, and here it comes.
Yeah, this is a lot for them to handle. Good timing on the fire, but not perfect on the crosshair placement. Perfecto to be flushed out. Boros bounding through. Well tracked, and nearly 2 on the MP9 bit. Another smoky, you might consider it. Yeah, trying to find a gap. Oh! He actually gets him. That's mad. Treating that M4 like an MP9, and we've got a game here. We've got a round here. It's Simple. It's Electronic. Quite the duo. Krasnal in dark, likely noted, but waiting out the smoke is Simple. This frag really determines a lot.
Bomb half gone.
Krasnal's not ready. Just considered it, but still
Simple's got nades.
Gets him.
So many nades.
One smoke, and it's all good. It's all gravy. Boro spotted that one. Beautiful timing. Huh?
Electronic's going to find the bomb here. He's got the kit. I don't know if he's got time. This is going to be real close. Down to the wire here. Lost in the smoke. Lost in the source. Monte are going to pick that one up.
Okay, I can't help it but assume it was Electronic, that fumble of communication. They're going, who has the kit, who has the defuse, and just a momentary lapse in that. Couldn't find the bomb perhaps in the smoke. I mean,
yeah, that could have happened definitely here because, look, there was so much of a lull before the retake got underway. The bounding bit, that was nice.
Right, look at this red bar, right? Look at the red bar. It's about to change in the replay.
But because they're taking such a longer period of time, like on the retake, they should have already discussed who had the kit, right? Because nothing was happening.
You're right.
No one was fighting. We were waiting.
Someone's going to say that.
Exactly. Yeah. Or at least you'd hope to. So that's a clutch and a half right there. That's a big one for Warro to win by virtue of just staying alive.
Yeah, the pacifist clutch. Just a cheeky 1v2.
Making John Travolta proud.
And we've got more action already. This is quite an action-packed game. Just the first map and already. Well, Monte have got their first on this T side. Can they build a consecutive out of it? Bit alone on this fountain position. Actually opts to just dip away off the info.
Well
Playing it
timed.
very cool, very calm.
And that's enough, right? They were just searching for this fight. Like, this is modern Counter-Strike. You're having different moves to look for fights, to take some territory, and then you back off and you try something else. There's no full commitment. You got 1 minute and 55. The better you can use that clock, better you can manage that time. And that pressure, right? Breaking point of the finances here at NAVI early on in this second half. If MONTE can pick up this round, if they're able to secure this one right here, right now, NAVI will be down to an eco, and MONTE looking to close this map out and defeat NAVI on ANUBIS. The only team to be able to say they've done that.
They're re-clearing, or at least considering it. There's still 3-8.
It's this B site again. You know,
Yeah.
Maui brought it up. He brought up the positions that they're playing here. Right, MPL, he's had a decent showing.
Certainly, but
not
coming his way, and he got caught with a nade in his hand. Still, it's Perfecto for the first, and they know it's MPL. Hiding at the back of the site. Hiding on Glyph.
It's the bomb dark, though.
Yeah, loud. Oh, Bit didn't catch him. Demka had the bomb. But still down now. Okay, NPL holding down. The B site is his. First, the pistol. Doesn't clear his corners. Would need another. Simple should have him. And it's all onto Boros. One of the 3.
Time.
No time, no hope as the headshot comes through. And NPL, yeah, you have a right to be smiling. He knew that that was up for debate. NPL's the one to lock it down.
Yeah, I said he's had a decent showing. Now, he only has 11 kills, and 2 of those just came in that round. But we saw the impact he had on the CT pistol. He did have that Tech 9 round early on, right? The T side was pretty bleak for all of NAVI, to be completely honest with you. So this is just great in terms of him staying alive. And oh, look at that, the young smile. Happy with that one. Didn't get yelled at for going down early. So it is going to be now MONTE, the one's broken in the finance department, from the winning down to... Oh!
I was looking at MPL's multi-kills.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
That happened very quick.
Simple's dead.
He is very much dead.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't got armor, they haven't got nades, but they have got a kill. And that's come through that Desert Eagle on Boros doing what he does best.
They can win this type of a round now. That's come in so early. So early within the piece.
Yeah, check out the minimap, bro.
They've just evacuated A completely. They're just going to walk on in for free.
I think Bit is there in time.
But this is still a hard fight. They can swarm him. He's slightly out of position.
Oh, okay. No armor. No problem for the plant. Can they really find a round out of this, though?
Still a hard fight. They can swarm him. He's slightly out of position.
Oh, okay. No armor. No problem for the plant. Can they really find a round out of this, though? Perfecto. Nice work. It combines nade and spray.
They have kits. They can take their time. MPL with utility as well. And Electronic needs to make this work on the flank.
Big fight. He's won it out, and now the flank is present. We know that's a crucial component for these CT retakes of this A site. Electronic tries to take pressure. Perfecto deals with the first. Is SDY. Another from SDY. Can he hold on? Oh, so close. 7 HP in it. It's Electronic's flank. An important double, but it saves NAVI from a very red face.
Yeah, and considering the purchase right there from MONTE, you think that's a great round. But this could have been the round that broke them. And this is the shot from Boros. All right, just the pre-aim onto Simple here, and bang! Flatline, sit down. You're going to watch for the next minute.
Nice shot
and
from SDY.
Watch on Tensor Hooks here, I'm sure Simple was, right? This was such a close round, and SDY even turns in time. A spam battle, the skirmish for both. It's Electronic to connect the dots first.
He's having a great game with SDY.
But so much damage done in a round like that. This is still a very, very good showing for MONTE, right? They've kept NAVI right where they want them. Win a round and you break them.
Could very well be round 22. Perfecto going looking around that smoke. Absolutely nothing to report. Demka safe and sound. Controlling any A main aggression. NPL, he's got aggression. Supported by Perfecto. They will recede, not pushing the line, not pushing the limit.
Slightly off topic here, but while we have a moment, if they remove that box where Demka plays behind outside A, you actually help the CTs infinitely. And in a map that is pretty T-sided, maybe we just remove that box. Just get rid of that. Thanks, Jay.
Because, I mean, I saw Rob spending every single round there for 45 seconds.
Or at least make it, like, somewhat spammable.
Yeah, maybe. Or, yeah, even if it's just like a little bit of a bangable wall, you can do that for info.
Electronic. Will the barrel betray him?
Yeah, that's a nice dead Electronic, but an immediate response.
They know Perfecto's out of position. Do they pressure B now? Oh, they can't. It's blocked.
NPL's the one responsible. And here comes a taste of util. There isn't much left for them. And that's a good opener. NPL, one and done. Demka's in.
Do they go for this? Remember, no finance, Navi. Oh, simple. He wanted to go.
Yeah, he wanted
so
to.
deep.
But it does keep him trapped, and Boros is coming to lock the door behind him. Yo, you don't need to, but Boros, he's got something extra special for Simple with his knife out, completely unprepared, as this will break NAVI. Bit will be happy to hold on to what he's got.
He really needs to hold on to this. It's only 1,900 lost into the next. Actually, no, sorry. It's bottom of the barrel. It's 1,400 lost into the next. Not even 1,900, which means likely force buy. So the M4 will be the biggest weapon they have to boast going into the next round of play. Let's just look at the next few rounds here. Assuming Bit is able to hold on to this. If he jiggles, he might jiggle into the AWP. Oh, Warrow. Did he see him? I'm not too sure. I don't think so. Takes a pot shot through. Will not connect there, but this is the thing. Navi have to force with the loss bonus where it's at, right? 1,900 will come into the next. Oh, I guess they don't have to force, but you would traditionally force in this environment. Right? That is the type of purchase that you'd be seeing, because that means their next gun round is going to be flat, very flat. So, oh, look at having a good time.
The contrast.
Having a real good time.
The contrast, like
they didn't force.
A straight tut of the tongue. Yeah, well, they've got Bit. They can count on him to
I don't know about this.
I mean, it concedes 13.
Yeah, but their next gun round sucks as well.
Right, 14?
But that's the. Do they partial into the next, or do they full buy, which is not a full buy? It'll be very light on. It'll be Famus's MP9s, rifles without much util behind them. So, Monte, if they can just secure this one, if they can get past this one saved AK, which it looks like they're about to do. The bomb heading over towards A here as Bit's AK clears out the polar opposite side of the map. He's so far removed from any impact.
Krasnov just flashed dark as well, so that's going to maybe keep feet planted. Perfecto at least, so 4 on the wrong
Simple's
side.
not considering middle right now, is he?
Yeah, he's going between the two. He's going between the two, and he's hunted and executed. Boros has got the A site locked down.
Bit has to save again. Everybody else can have a look and try and get themselves an exit, and Perfecto won't have any luck at that. But Bit has to stay alive here. Oh, yeah, you saw that.
That's
Look
info.
at his mouth moving, motor mouth there.
Yeah, that's info. And as you just discussed, this is just trying to protect the president. You just want to get that AK out into the next round of play. There's still plenty of time on that bomb. Bit trying to find a safe haven, trying to find a safe way to save hold of the AK, but jumping across, he does get tagged up and finished off. Warrow, the one to relinquish the control of the AK-47, and now NAVI staring at a very ugly number.
It has to be a partial. It has to be a partial here. And this one looks like it is going to reach its logical conclusion over there on that B stream. 12-4.
Yeah, you can see FaZe.
Well, I guess they're on a bit of a partial.
Exactly,
now, maybe there's a bad news Eagles comeback. You never know.
Certainly up for debate.
It is the counter, after all.
And this is quite a historic head-to-head. You can check that one out over at blast.tv. Check out both of the streams simultaneously.
Okay, so they had the saved AK. They didn't buy behind it. They take another partial now because I think the most money they had was in that 3K department. So that's 2 rounds for Monte. 2 rounds against these very, very light buys. And if they convert with ease, which Warrow's opening should provide, they're set for 14 here. NAVI, as usual, taking ANUBIS the distance if they want to get it done. Hold up, that bomb is loose. Bomb! That's an AK found.
Ooh, awkward, very awkward. As Electronic does gift Warrow 1, but perhaps the distraction. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a mess on that one.
Got to finish your meal in that moment. Demka, you can see he knows what it means right now. But this is the moment that Monte just needs to reflect and go, okay, they've taken 2 ecos, essentially. This is a full buy round. This is everything they have. And actually, it's NAVI that wants to take the timeout here. But wanting to make sure that they can recover this CT side. And that T half, it didn't do them any favors. Something that maybe they'll be regretting.
Yeah, the lowest haul they've had in their 4 successful Anubises, or 4 total Anubises, was 7 against Heroic. They got 5 against Monte, and it does seem to be following them. Admittedly, they got off to a decent start, that 3-0 CT launch from that pistol.
With that in mind, right, Navi being undefeated on this map, MONTE having such a streak, but that has been broken on land here in 2 consecutive games. They lost to Pain and Vitality on ANUBIS, right? With that in mind, you're thinking, oh, maybe MONTE would take the veto somewhere else. But I love the confidence to return to a map that they have put the hard graft into, right? You are going to lose maps eventually. That's how it goes. And we need to know, Navi have taken back-to-back timeouts here. Blade has called 2. He's called 2 to make sure that he can get his orders across. So 60 seconds combined here. He obviously wasn't happy with the first 30. And he must have some important words in this moment, because
that's
this buy,
1,000 yards there.
Even though we just said it was a buy, they've taken 2 rounds to be able to save up for this. Electronic and MPL both have FAMASs because they need the full util. Simple has an AWP, yeah. And guess what? No defuse kit in sight. And they took basically 2 ecos for this moment. That shows you how poor the economy was. When you get reset 1,400, it's not the hard drop off the Grand Canyon like it used to be. It's more of that pendulum swing.
Yeah, I mean, it was that route that they managed to get them down, whittle away that economy, and they're reaping the rewards now. Going through their flow chart. See the combination there from B. He throws in the incendiary and jumps over the smoke so as to clarify no one's disrespected it, but they are lining up for a util. Demka.
Oh,
what?
Mitch just backed her. He was waiting for the flash. He was waiting for the flash.
Demka doesn't play by the rules. No flash required as he's found an opening. This is all up for debate now. Anubis.
You might have to save right now if you're Navi already. I know the bomb's not... Oh, wait, hold it. The bomb's not committed at all.
Yeah, but they're leaving B. They're leaving B. Completely leaving B. Perfecto. NPL. Simple. All evacuate. Worried about A. Understandably, because Demka's got it.
But this is a terrible fight for Perfecto now. This is not a good duel for him to take, especially against the likes of Boros. This round has just gotten freaky. Demka's screaming. There's no one here. There's no rotation. There's no noise. SDY the long way round.
Okay, so then you have Boros and Krasnov kind of sell it with a bit of a half commitment.
Oh, Krasnov.
Okay, well, he spotted one dark side.
But the bomb's coming. The bomb's coming to his stairs.
SDY spotted. Don't know if they saw the bomb. They are heading A now. Demka's now had control for a long time. Will dump his util. Simple heaven. Trying to distract was Perfecto. 2 from Akon.
Boris' flank is coming. Boris' flank is the round.
It is the round. As they get themselves into the side. Take your time, SDY. Demka gets them both. Simple down. It's a Demka round. 15 in the bag and a 4K from Demka.
Oh, getting real loud. I don't think Warwick can quite believe it there. The laugh, the smile on the face, and the head-to-head. We're talking about the beef. Well, looking like we're going to be 1 up in the Warwick column against Simple here. SDY's revenge. This is how it needs to begin. And that is a huge one. Look at the mood.
Honestly, I'm getting goosebumps, Chad. Just trying for a moment to see how much fun they're having with so much at stake. This is a game for the champion stage. A best of 3, and then you throw in a rivalry on top of it. Like how much fun they're having with so much at stake. This is a game for the champion stage. A best of 3, and then you throw in a rivalry on top of it. Like Counter-Strike keeps giving us these gifts. Drama out of this world. 3 CTs to defend B, but bomb on Demka A. We'll see what happens with Boros poking and prodding.
Yeah, you got to put him away here. You've got him up against the ropes. You got to put him down.
MP9. Oh, and that FAMAS has taken down SDY. Forced away was Perfecto. Still has info. No one's taking and occupying the space. Hoping that would force a fight for Boros. Oh, in the flames. That is very brave. He wants 2, only gets the 1. Sticking around. What a shot. Perfecto. He does not want to give this one up.
It's A play here. Damq and Waro looking for the finish here. Simple up in the heavens.
What have you got? What have you got? Simple. Up against Waro on this fight and catches him with that molly in his hands. Demka could do it again.
Electronic's so low.
This is a clutchable sight.
He can definitely win this.
This is really up for debate. Demka double. Low HP. Electronic. Oh, he just averts his gaze. Just considered heaven. And a little twist of fate in favor of NAVI. They will see at least another round of play.
Oh, that's so fortunate that he just looks the wrong way. Yeah, that second deagle shot.
For sure. And Electronic as well. We didn't quite catch it, but he was managing to get the opener with that FAMAS as well. This is Perfecto's first. Great. Damn. Check out the second. Just aware and... Oh,
steps back into it, yeah. Oof, all right, well, Monty, they could take a timeout here to at least discuss how they want to close this, but apparently they don't need the 30-second breather. This is some of the traps that you do see teams without their coach fall into, where they just feel that they can get it done and go. But even just that 30 seconds to recenter and understand you're only one round away from knocking NAVI down a peg here. But not to be taken yet, maybe into the next where they'll still have finances. A bit more pace towards this mid-pressure. Second molly's missed. Electronic can stand and fight.
And he will. Two great
Can't miss those.
A double headshot spray, and there could be more if he spams the smoke. SDY confirmed to be behind.
Oh, that's a gift for Electronic. Just missing a molly, right? An unforced error. That's Monty just not landing a molly that is pretty popular in how you want to take this mid control. And they tried to do it quick. You can do it in a set standing way. They tried to do it on the run. So right there, not landing the bottle of flame, and Electronic profits for 2. So in towards B. If they get in, there's a chance.
Yeah, but Simple's here. It's not your typical expected setup. Perfecto elsewhere. Simple suspects it's B, and the AWP should have the first chance. Smoke obscures his view. On their way, limiting Simple's options with the flame. Tagged him up, and they've zipped him up in the body bag. Quick one from NPL back. Can he extend play for NAVI? They have a 2-man advantage, and he's doing well to survive. Playing around the fade. Waro, SDY, a great headshot from SD. What? Double. He actually takes down NPL. This is manageable, but not one Perfecto's watch. Back-to-back doubles out of Electronic and Perfecto. 2 rounds on the trot. It's those two as they exchange a fist bump.
Yeah, Simple can't be too frustrated at NPL there. As soon as a lurk smoke gets thrown out in main, there's nothing NPL can do about that situation, right? Because now it opens up that entry point to 2 separate avenues. But this is where it went wrong, right? I'm glad we caught it because it's that missed molly that made the difference. Otherwise, it would just look like Electronic is a genius, but he couldn't stand and fight without them missing that molly. So that's the good graces of Monty's unforced error. And they didn't take a timeout again.
Yeah.
Very interesting there. At the bottom of their finances here, Monty. You do this, you're going to have to take a save of your own. We'll see if a plant comes in. That might make me eat my words, but if they go down without the bomb plant, there'll be issues. They want to test bit again, and we've seen them be dissuaded on this side of the map before, but we've also seen them have great success. Demka to get them 15. And well, they're controlling Electronic well here, walking into Simple's AWP again.
And Simple collects Boros as well. High fly and scalp to find and post early. Not going to dissuade them from the commitment, though. There is a smoke on bit. You'd think that's what he's going to drop out to respond.
Oh!
And okay, Krasnow. Simple just gets hit with some straight BS. A headshot through the smoke. I think the flames already imply that they are nervous. You can see it. Just before the smoke even fades, they drop it. They were convinced there'd be a commitment off the back of that, but rotations have come through. And they creep contact. Waro going to be posted if Perfecto's brave. He's actually rotated off.
So it's just bit. He has no help. No help.
Will they overlook him? Will they overlook him? Look how well he's managed his angles. And SDY again in the feed. I want to reiterate, he is up to 27. Up against his former team.
Number advantage on the side of A. So hard to retake. So hard to retake. NAVI are done.
Yeah, this looks like Monte are going to be the first team to take ANUBIS off of NAVI. Their first taste of defeat on ANUBIS and picked into them by Monte, who lost the previous 2 they played. And just like that, Waro takes a step in that direction. One back, but that's all. It's all Waro. One more on that warpath. 16 secure. Monte up in the lead in this grudge match for a spot in the champion stage. And 1 map away, up against none other than NAVI.